Jeff and his family have just moved to a new neighborhood. Dad was promoted, and they thought it would be nice to live in one of those elegant neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Liu couldn't complain. The new home is good. What is not love? While they were separated, one of the neighbors came. "Hello," he said, "I'm Barbara, I'm on the street from you." "Well, I wanted to introduce myself and introduce myself to my son." He turns and calls his son. "Billy, these are our new neighbors," Billy said, running to play in his backyard. "Okay," Jeff's mother said, "I'm Margaret and this is my husband Peter and my two sons, Jeff and Liu." They all introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday party. Jeff and his brother came face to face when they said they would like his mother. Jeff went to his mother while Jeff and his family prepared. "Mom, why are you inviting our kids to a party? In case you haven't noticed, I'm not a stupid kid." Jeff, Mom said, "We're here, we have to show that we want to spend time with the neighbors. We're going to this party now, and that's for sure." Jeff spoke, but stopped knowing there was nothing he could do. Every time her mother said something, it was true. He got up in his room and leaned back on the bed. Suddenly he had a strange feeling as he sat on the ceiling. It doesn't hurt too much, but it feels weird. He blew it up like an accidental sensation. She heard her mother calling her about things and went to look for her the next day. Jeff went upstairs for breakfast and got ready for school. Sitting down, he felt the feeling again. This time it was even stronger. It hurts a little on the rope, but he lets go again. When he and Lucky had finished breakfast, they got off at the bus stop. They were sitting there waiting for the bus, and then suddenly a child on a scooter jumped into his lap a few inches away. They both jumped in surprise. "What's happening?" The child landed and returned to them. He turned the skateboard over and grabbed it with his hand. The age of the child seems to be about 12 years, a year younger than Jeff. She took off her ethereal figure and blue jeans. Well, looks like we have new meat." Suddenly two more children appeared. One is too weak and the other terrible. "Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce myself. Here's Keith." Jeff and Liu looked at the skinny baby. His face was dirty, as one would expect from an assistant. "And this is Troy." They looked at the fat kid. They were talking about a greasy dish. "And me," said the first child, "I'm Randy. Now the price of the bus is lower for all the kids in the neighborhood, but you caught me." Liu stood up, ready to pierce the light in the child's eyes as a friend pulled out a knife. "CC, I was hoping to collaborate more, but it seems we need to do it strictly." The boy went to Lugano and took his bag out of his pocket. Jeff felt it again. He was very strong now. The burning sensation intensified, but Liu staggered to his seat. Jeff ignored her and approached the child. "Listen, little punk, what's in my brother's wallet?" Randy pulled a knife with a wallet into his pocket. "Huh? And what will you do?" When he finished the sentence, Jeff buried his nose in the baby. But Jeff was too fast. Keith hit him, but Jeff grabbed a chair and hit him in the arm. Keith dropped the knife and screamed and fell to the ground. Troy ran too, but Jeff was gone. Knife, Troy just stabbed him in the stomach and Troy fell in. He fell in. He could only look at Jeff in surprise. How was Jeff? That's what he said. They saw the bus leave and knew they would be to blame for everything. So they started running as fast as they could. They ran around and saw the bus driver rushing towards Randy and the others. When Jeff and Liu came to school, they didn't dare say what had happened. They just sat and listened. Liu thought when his brother beat a child, but Jeff knew there was more. It was something scary. When he felt strong, he just wanted to hurt someone. He didn't like the way she hurt him, but he couldn't be happier. He felt the strange feeling disappear and stayed away from school all day. He was close to the station and was coming home, and now he probably didn't get on the bus. He felt happy. When he returned home, his parents asked him how the day was going and he said, voice of concern, the day was wonderful. The next morning he heard a knock on the door. He shows anger. Jeff, these cops tell me you attacked 3 kids. It wasn't just a fight and they stabbed them. Boy. Falling into Jeff's eyes on the ground showed Mom that this was true. Mom, those knives pulled me and Liu. One of the officers said, man, we have 3 children, we stabbed 2, one has bruises on his stomach and we have witnesses who proved that you escaped. What does this tell us? Jeff knew it was useless. He and Liu could say they were attacked. But then there was no evidence that they were not the first to be attacked. In fact, they could not say they were not fleeing. So Jeff had to defend all Liu, but could not. Boy, call your brother. Jeff couldn't do it because he beat all the kids. Sir, it's me beating the kids. Liu tried to hold me, but he couldn't stop. The police started looking at their partner and they lowered their heads. Well, honey, they've been chewing for a year. Wait. Luke says. Everyone looked up and saw that he had a knife in his hand. Authorities withdrew their weapons and arrested Liu. We just noticed him. He crossed his arms to cut and reveal his injuries as if he were fighting. Boy, put the knife down, the officer said. Liu grabbed the knife and threw it to the ground. He raised his hand and went to the police. No, Liu, it was me. I did it. There were tears on Jeff's face. Wow, sick sister. He is trying to take the blame for what he did. Well, take me. Police pulled Liu's patrol car. Liu, tell me. I killed these children. Jeff's mother put her hand on his shoulder. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Liu, you can stop. Jeff couldn't help but Liu saw the police car. A few minutes later, Jeff's father got in the car, saw the face. To Jeff and I understood something was wrong. Boy, what is this? Jeff couldn't answer. The vocal cords tightened with tears. Instead, Jeff's mother went into his father's house and told him the bad news while Jeff was crying in the car. About an hour later, Jeff returned home shocked, upset, and disappointed to see his parents. He couldn't look at them. He doesn't understand how you would think it was his fault. Trying to get everything out